In Western Australia, there are a surprising number of children and young people with disabilities and other challenging needs waiting to be placed in loving family environments. And until a suitable home can be found, they will remain in emergency accommodation or a residential facility. Have you ever considered opening your heart and your home to become a foster carer? Carers come from all walks of life, different ages, cultures and backgrounds, financial and domestic circumstances. Some are single, some are married, some have their own children while others don't. What's important is that you are a warm, loving and confident person, fully prepared to make a long-term commitment to nurture and support a child's growth and development with empathy and compassion. Uniting Care West's Futures foster care services enable children and young people with disabilities or other specialised care needs to live in stable, loving homes when they can no longer live with their own families. Wherever possible, keeping siblings together in foster care can be an important factor in providing stability and recovery from sometimes traumatic backgrounds.
The boys have been with us for 5 years and it's made a huge difference to where they are in their lives at the moment.
Thomas and Kerry have made a home for 4 brothers who would have faced a very uncertain future without their long-term commitment.
Definitely been a huge part of our lives for Kerry and I. We've seen them grow through the education and we've also seen them grow in the community.
Troy's entry into the Futures program was slightly unconventional. Aged 11 and with a mild intellectual disability, he was moved into a new school where he met educational assistant Tina.
Tina was a school I went to. She used to work there and pretty much she just seen me and just said to the family that she's got to have me.
Tina contacted Futures to find out how she could go about fostering Troy. After undertaking our foster carer assessment, she was approved and shortly after, Troy became part of her family.
When I fostered Troy, I took it on forever. I was committed. I was committing to anything that came our way, the challenges, because I knew that with the love and support that we had for him, we would beat all the challenges and we'd get the rewards.
Troy has now been living with Tina and her family for 9 years.
I find it the most rewarding, wonderful experience, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
In 2010, Kevin and his wife Leslie became foster carers for a 6-year-old boy with complex medical conditions. They cared for the child together until Leslie passed away in 2014. Kevin continues to be the child's full-time carer, but now as a single foster parent. You can clearly see the pride he has in his foster child.
He told us he'd never walk, talk, speak, and he's starting to do those things. He can use a computer. It's just absolutely fantastic, and getting love back. He told me the other day he loves me too.
Beth and Neil have 5 children of their own and in 2002 fostered their first child, Luke, who grew up alongside their family.
We've found with our children that it has helped teaching them empathy. They get to integrate with different sort of people because the children are obviously different to us. As they live with us for a while, they probably become more like our family, but it certainly helps the children to learn to deal with different situations.
With their 6 children grown up, Beth and Neil knew that they had more to give. They continued their fostering journey in 2009, fostering a young boy with high care needs. 2 years later, they welcomed another foster child into their home, followed by his biological sister 13 months later.
I know it's been fantastic for us to see the 2 siblings who didn't know each other 2 years ago to become so close and to obviously become part of a family. And entertainment value is something we get in our house 24 hours a day.
Of course, foster carers need a break from time to time, and this is where our respite carers come into the picture. Erin is Beth and Neil's daughter, as well as the respite carer for their 3 foster children.
My role as a respite carer is really to give some time out to the foster parents, take the pressure off a little bit, give them some time to themselves while still the children are out in a environment with someone familiar that they know and doing entertaining things with them.
Like all of our respite carers, Erin has been through an assessment and training process and has ongoing support from Uniting Care West to ensure that she is fully prepared to provide high-quality carer support.
It's really important to build up a bond with the people you're working with, one, so that the foster parents feel comfortable and can actually relax while they leave their children with you, but also for the children, particularly with special needs, they tend to really need a lot of routine and familiarity.
A generation on, Beth and Neil's young foster children are growing up alongside Erin's own children.
To us, it's all just family. So my children play with them at the same time. We all spend time together. It's just family time.
Our respite and foster carers are provided with comprehensive training and support to help ensure that they are able to provide and maintain high-quality care for the children and young people in their care.
Uniting Care West were fantastic. They dotted every I, crossed every T, get the best position financially and everything else that he needed to be when he came to stay with us.
Kevin and our other respite and foster carers remain committed to ensuring that each child and young person they care for has their needs met in a loving and caring environment. Understandably, fostering a child isn't without its challenges. But we strive to ensure that all our carers are fully prepared to get the most out of the experience for the children and for themselves.
Well, one thing that people always ask us when we're fostering children is, why do you do it? And I think the answer to that is, why don't you do it? It's very rewarding, and at the end of the day, the children are also the winners out of it. So it's just such a fantastic thing to do. The question's not to ask, why, the question is just to do.
There are children and young people in our community desperately missing out on the love and support that will make a world of difference to their lives. By becoming a foster carer or respite carer, you will be creating a brighter future for a child in need and setting out on a journey that will be challenging but endlessly rewarding. Are you ready to change a child's life and help them build a better future?